Hi, and welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. Today is the Powerful Light Masterclass, the first part of each month of my Transformation and Ascension group for light workers. This community is a wonderful community where we bring forth channeled information from highlight beings every month. And the masterclass is always free on YouTube. So I'd like to bring forth today trance channels from Thoth again with his emerald tablets. Goodness, he's going to be bringing us some more information about how we can understand our protection, how to stand in our own light, how to stand in our own power of protective energies, how to uncover the great flame within us to become a shining light, and who we were meant to be in this life's highest timeline. We're also going to be bringing in, I'm also going to be bringing in the Atlantean Unicorns Satima, Helena, and Barbaros, and they are going to help us understand the Mahatma energy, what it's good to use for, and what it is. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can always be up to date on all my channels and Ascension information. So this is the second month that we've been working with the emerald tablets. Doesn't mean you need to read them. We're just working with some information and some energy from it. And so in the 6th and 7th emerald tablet, Thoth talks a lot about standing in our own power, talks a lot about uncovering the great flame within us to become a shining light, about working with high light beings and making sure that you are, and a lot of really good information. And this really tied in a lot with all the information that I've been getting about our protection. So many times I've said before, you are a great shining light. You're a light worker. And because of that, you can attract lower vibrational beings. And so there are many things that we do to learn to protect ourselves. And there are many things that I teach that help this. Light language, protection and shielding masterclass, which is all about angel fire, how to use that. That works great with Reiki, which I also teach. And trance mediumship, I teach that as well. And all of these things have their place in protection, but also that we need to really understand that we can stand in our own protection. We can be the protection. We can be the powerful force of protection for ourselves because we are light beings ourselves. And this is just a human body that we are in. And so I'm excited to talk to Thoth about that. And so we'll start off with that. So I'm going to be bringing in Thoth. And my question for him is to talk to us a little bit about how we can step into our power of protective energies. I am Thoth, the Atlantean, and I am pleased to be here today to help you with this extraordinary issue. There are many different kinds of energies on your planet, and I can understand that you wish to be in a protective field. And there are many healing modalities on your planet which help with this transformation of lower vibrational energies around you. And there are many ways to help. But you are a great force of nature. You are a great, powerful being. You have the ability with thought and knowing to stand in more power than you could ever imagine. And this power is not the kind of power that brings you great wealth or fame. This is not the kind of power that is abusive or can be wielded to hurt others. This is a type of power that you possess for yourself. And it is a great rising of your vibration to a level in which nothing of lower vibrational energies could possibly come within your field. So this protective energy that you possess is done with several things. One is the belief. One is that you understand that you are a powerful being and your belief can keep you safe because you can raise your vibration to any level that you wish. Now, there will be times where you cannot raise your vibration. Perhaps you already have something in your energy field which must be removed by someone in the community. A light worker, helper can always help you with this if you are in a position where you cannot raise your vibration enough to overcome. And this is simple and easy to do for others. This is Rachel. I was like, for anyone or for people who have Reiki or other modalities? That's what I'm asking him. I think what he's talking about is something I always say, which is that light workers really need each other. We can stand in our own power, but sometimes it may be hard to get our vibration up enough to clear something if our vibration is low. But I still think that that there is a way to still raise our vibration no matter what, to release anything in our energy field. So I'm asking him now, and what would that be? How would we do that? By simply believing you can stand in your power, by releasing all fear and releasing the constructs of the belief system within your planet, you can step into your power and call on your own power of your higher self to rise your vibration to a place where you can then clear your own energy field. And this is a process. It may not be where you are now. It may take learning healing modalities for you personally to learn to get to this place. It may take your own release of many fears in your own belief system that aren't related to personal safety or are related to personal safety. There are many fears that humans hold close or in their field that need to be released. And this is part of Ascension, releasing all fear and doubt, understanding that love and spiritual help from spiritual beings who are around you all the time is always available. And yes, there are times you will need to go to someone else for this release. And yes, that is quick and assured. But there are also times in which you can learn to rise your vibration above. Okay, this is Rachel. So, I'm not above all this. I think that I do probably have a limiting belief myself about this sort of thing. So if I were to be psychically attacked, I would get a friend to release that whatever is in my energy field that shouldn't be there to be released. And I do it for my friends, and I do it in sessions all the time. But it is possible that we can really stand in our power, that we could really rise our own vibration. I keep trying to say raise, and Thoth wants me to say rise. Every time I'm like, he's talking through me, I think I'm going to say raise, and he keeps making me say rise. And I feel like that's it. Rise higher, rise in your own power, rise in your knowing is what he said. Rise in your knowing. And when he talks about that, I do feel the increase of my own personal power. I am feeling this growing of my own energy. What does that feel like? My vibration is rising. I feel it, and I feel like, whoo, this is super powerful. And like he says, powerful for myself and powerful for my own healing, or maybe powerful to use to help heal another, but not the kind of power that is of the lower vibrational field. So we were talking about psychic attacks and what to do. And he is saying that you can either step into your power, rise your vibration, and demand that they leave your energy field or clear your energy field, or that you get the help of spirit guides, spirit around you, angels, dragons, whoever you're talking to, and of the community. So going to a light worker to have it removed is perfectly fine. And there's nothing wrong with you if you do that. I do that if I get attacked psychically. Which doesn't happen as often, but it has happened before. And that was another thing that I wanted to talk about today and get Thoth's information on. And that is when, as an advanced light worker, you sometimes come to this place where you're being psychically attacked a lot. I've seen this happen with myself and with many of my clients, where you may be the teacher of protection. Because I remember I was saying that I teach people protection. How could I not be able to come above this? What I was being psychically attacked so much. And really what happened is that it was a huge download. It was a learning from spirit of exactly this, how to stand in my power, how to release any belief that was keeping me in a place where I could be attacked. And it was a great learning experience for me. And I see it in my clients a lot, where they come to this place where they just don't know what to do. They're being psychically attacked all the time and they can't seem to get out of it. It's usually an up-leveling of some sort, a teaching, and there's usually a great lesson in it. And then you're at a higher vibrational frequency where you aren't attacked. So it also is standing in your power or increasing your personal power. So I wanted to ask Thoth about this himself and what his view on it is, since that was mine. So let's ask him. Yes, it is. For when you go through this period of dark time of fear, you will be facing many of your fears. Many of your fears and beliefs will be popping up to be released. And so for the moment, they are heightened, they are increased, and you are seeing these fears very personally in front of you, showing their intricacies of understanding. And so now you know what fears need to be released. And once you face them and you release them and you do this work, you are now at a much higher frequency. Now, why does this happen to humans on the light worker path? It is because there is so much density to be released, as we have spoken about many times. Many of us beings have spoken about this. There's much to be released to get to ascension. So to vibrate higher, there are many, many layers of uncovering, of understanding the fears, of understanding anything in your belief system that needs to be transmuted. And this is one of the reasons that ascension takes time, and it is not an instant ascension. It is a layer by layer, helping, releasing, standing in your power, understanding. It is much that you will have to go through to get to the end. And every part of it rises your vibration. Every part of it helps you tremendously. And though the ascension process may seem very long and laborious to many of you, as you must release so much, you must understand that it is also helping you live in joy every day. For the more that you release, the more you can find this joy. And you are in a very beautiful place as a human, where as you find that joy, it is more intense, for you have a greater capacity to your emotions than you will once ascended. And so this is actually something that you came into this life to experience. You wanted to experience this beautiful feeling of joyousness. You wanted to feel the fear. You wanted to feel all the emotions so that you could truly understand them and understand how you became a light being. So you are a light being, and yet in this body you are human, trying to remember your light. And so this is part of your personal learning. This is how we all get to ascension. Those of us who are continuing on and going to ascension in this life are being helped with this process. It is a slow but beautiful process of becoming the true you, of uncovering your light from within. For your light is bright. It is part of your soul's light, part of your higher self, part of your light being self, your higher self. And this light must be grown with vibration. And the way to grow your vibration is to release these old fears and beliefs, or anything that is keeping you from becoming a higher light body. The fifth dimension is where we are going next. And though you may come into these higher dimensions in meditation or in your light work, you eventually must come back to the third dimensional reality for your everyday life. And that is part of why you came. And so you must find a way to enjoy that as well. And keeping grounded is very important. I just want to touch on that again. Don't forget to ground yourself after your light working or during your light working. For grounding to this earth is very important. Many of you experience the want of releasing this density completely, and that will not help you, for you are needing to be here for a reason. So you must keep grounded. You may ground to ascended earth instead of 3D earth, and that is, of course, much more helpful, but you must have some grounding to this body and this life for you to get through what you've come here to do. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay. And I want to say that, we're here to do all of this together. I often say, and this is part of this month too, that there's not one person coming forth who's going to just release all of your problems and suddenly poof, you're ascended, or it's like, hey, it's Ascension Day, woohoo! Yesterday sucked in the 3D reality, but today I'm ascended. It's not like that. And there's not any person outside yourself who's going to bring you to ascension. Ascension is a long process of you releasing all of this. It took us a long time to build all these incorrect fears and beliefs into this earth. Even if you're young, even if you're 19 years old, you have been impressed upon energetically. They're showing me this, so I am channeling this. All of these belief systems, and we have to release them together. The best way for us all to release it together to ascend the earth is for us each to work on ourselves to release it. And as we all release it and all of our vibration gets higher, that is how we get to ascension. And so this is a very important part of ascension that a lot of people are getting stuck in. And so I just wanted to bring that forth. But you know what? Let's bring Thoth forward and say, how? How do we get to ascension? Do you have more to expand upon? Getting to ascension is exactly what I have been saying. You release, your vibration gets higher. And that is part of where you are going. There will be many signs to show you that you are on the way. The world changing rapidly is one sign. And asking for a sign from your spirit guides, such as angel numbers, as you call them, or clock numbers, repeating numbers, or feathers in your path, or whatever spirit signs you have lined up with your spirit guides, that they send you messages, that they send you help. This is other ways that you can be assured that you're on the right path. And many of you can see that the world is changing rapidly and that more people are waking up and understanding, and even bad things that are happening in your timeline are helping others wake up. And as we all awaken, then we can move forward with ascension. And there will be other steps, but we will bring that forth in a few years when we get there. And it is many years, but again, I ask you to enjoy it. I want to talk about the shoulds. Many of you feel great amount of guilt that your 3D life takes a lot of time. This medium I'm speaking through worries about how much time she spends on advertising or social media, or even editing videos such as this one, which takes her away from her family and takes her away from the actual light work of healing others in groups or in person, personal healing. And she worries that these sort of 3D tasks take her away from ascension, because it takes away from time she could be meditating or trance channeling or doing other things that are immediately helpful. So in this is a good example of a good case to talk about. Many of you are worried about the shoulds. You should be meditating more. You should be doing more meditative practices. You should be journaling. You should be working on the next thing. You should be helping more. I'd like to tell you that where we are in this part of ascension, as much as you can do of those things is very, very helpful. But as you release density and as you go forward in ascension, there will be more time for these things, and you will fit them in more as you wish to do now. And part of the wanting to do all of that, wanting to do it more and live in this higher vibration more often, to be taken away from 3D tasks such as cleaning your house or running errands or things that you feel are time wasters. These are all part of the ascension process. And one thing that you can do, which will help you get to the point where you can fit more in, is to become present in these times and not distract yourself so much from the mundane or the boring. And by coming into the present moment, you can come to the moment that you are in and look at the beautiful world, notice things around, bring your vibration to this present moment, which will rise, taking deep breaths, making sure you're breathing, noticing nature, noticing human kindness. And these are things you can do instead of busying your mind with electronics. And these will help you as well. Okay, well, I love that. And I do worry about all the 3D tasks. I don't know if you all know how much I do in the 3D tasks, such as video editing, social media posts, all the things, that can really feel like they're taking over your life. So that's really beautiful. Okay, now we haven't even brought forward the unicorns yet. Let's see, but there was one more thing I wanted to talk to Thoth about. I often talk about the sacred circle, and the sacred circle that is on this channel is a sacred circle of calling in the archangels on the horizontal and the vertical plane. And I update it every once in a while, and I'm feeling called to update it again because what I see now is that we're not calling in Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, Sandalphon, Metatron. We're not calling them all in just to protect us, but just to stand in the four corners, plus up and down, to transmute energy to love. And this is such an important update. So I will need to make a new video, I'm sure, soon on my latest sacred circles. But I wanted to bring in Thoth and ask him about that. This energy circle that you are bringing in is very important for a light worker because it is a modern way to bring in a ritual that aligns you with your purpose, your higher self. There are many aspects of this sacred circle that I would like to impress upon you. One is grounding into new earth, releasing the third dimensional earth. One is encasing you above and below, as well as on all four sides or more around you, in whichever way you'd like to do it. You could call in elements such as air, fire, or you could not. It is not necessary. You can call in directions such as north and south, or you could have a pattern of calling in angels or beings or dragons or helpful light beings in all corners in whatever shape you would like. It doesn't have to be a square. And that you connect to your higher self, and that you ask that your flame or your light within be ignited or increased, or that you at least put a moment to feeling that when you are calling in your ritual that works for you in whatever way works for you. The main objective is that you feel grounded into ascended earth, that you are surrounded by light beings who are transmuting energy for you and sending you energy to bring your vibration up, and that you feel that vibration rising. And so if you aren't feeling the vibration rising, then you need to keep going until you do. And if you feel it right away, you may make it quick, and that's okay too. It is only a ritual to bring your vibration up, to remind you that you are not alone, that you have helpers of every dimension helping you, and to bring you into a space which you can now concentrate on light work. I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of like the idea of not using four corners, but something like just a sacred geometry instead. That's pretty cool. Would take some thought. Okay, there's a little more I want to ask Thoth, but first we're going to bring in these unicorns that I promised you. I love to trance unicorns, going to be really fun. So we want to talk to them about Mahatma healing energy. What is it? How can we use it? What's it good for? Let's see who wants to come in first. We have Satima, Helena, and Barbaras. And it's Helena would like to come in first. And so we will ask her. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to be here. The Mahatma energy is a great energy that we used quite a bit in Atlantis. And of course, we are many from Atlantis here in this month of your tag program. But of course, we aren't really of Atlantis, but we spent a good time there bringing energy pretty high. And so we consider ourselves of Atlantis to you humans because it makes the most sense. But of course, we are light beings who came to Atlantis to help. The Mahatma energy is a beautiful white light energy. It may appear to you in many forms, golden light or with streaks of color. It could be pearlescent or it could be creamy white. It can come in many ways and colors. The color does not matter, for it is a great energy that we built onto this planet in the time of Atlantis. We used many things at our disposal, including the great crystal of Atlantis, other crystals as well, to help anchor in this light. And we brought it in for great healing. What can you use it for? The Mahatma energy is a great energy to use for standing in your power, which is why we wanted to include it in this month's topic. For standing in your power, if you can imagine this light in whichever way that you imagine it to be coming as a large force all around you, it is always a visualization of a wide light. So it never comes in a small stream, but you will always see it as almost like a large spotlight of energy, and you will feel it coming through your body and all around, and you can call on it. But of course, we will also attune you to it in the attunement coming up in this month. It is a gentle energy. You may use it for gentleness. So perhaps your feelings are strong and intense. Perhaps you are doing some intense work for yourself, for shadow work, or perhaps you are responding intensely to something that has triggered you. Mahatma energy can be called in this situation to gentle your energy. So in the case of shadow work, perhaps you are done with your shadow work for the day and you wish to return to joy, you can call on the Mahatma energy to help loosen the bonds of sadness that you are connected to, which you are trying to heal, or guilt, or whatever, shame, whatever the shadow work is. You can use the Mahatma energy to release it and to come more into joy. So it can gentle your own feelings. And if you are triggered, if you are reacting, you can call on it for the release of that as well. You can call on it to bring you into the present moment. As Thoth was speaking about third dimensional reality and errands and other necessities you must do, you can use the Mahatma energy, calling on it to help you come into the present moment. It is an aid for you that we wish for you to use. Helena wants me to bring in Barbaras now because she wants to have everyone speak. She doesn't want to take up all the time and say it all herself. So there's more, but they all want to bring in their part. Hello. The Mahatma energy can also be used for calm. You can use it just to gentle your feelings, or you can use it for great calm. And you can use this energy to help calm others by using the energy to flow through your hands. You may be able to call on this immediately, or perhaps you want help in the attunement that we will provide for this group. And you can use this to calm a large group of people as you learn to wield it. It will take some practice, but you should be able to bring this Mahatma energy through the crown of your body, through your body, and out your heart, or your hands, or your eyes, or your third eye, to calm a large group of people. And you can do this silently, or you can mix it with your own modality. Perhaps you use some type of Reiki or pranic healing, or other healings such as that where you channel light. Perhaps you use sound. You can channel it through your voice or your instrument. And you can channel this not only in the room that you are in, but you can send it far distances to help a region that may need calming. Perhaps for help with an area that is in war, or is in turmoil, or has been hit by a natural disaster. The Mahatma energy will always call in unicorns as well, as it is a very similar energy to unicorn energy of healing light. This is Rachel. That is actually what I thought, because the way that I see the energy of healing light from unicorns is an opalescent. So what it looks like to me is like, or pearlescent. So it kind of looks like a pearl light, and it has like an opal shining little dots of color. But the Mahatma energy to me looks more like that same light, but it's more like streaks of color, or highlights of color, or something. And it's really beautiful. So so this healing energy can be used for all kinds of gentleness and calmness. I like that. Let's bring in Satima and see what she wants to say about it. Hello. You may also use this Mahatma energy for beaming it into the ground, into the earth, and into places and things. You can infuse your altar with it. You can infuse the ground in which your home sits with it. You may infuse a park. You may infuse all of the land. And we ask you to do this, for this will help with ascension. The more of this energy we can ground into this 3D earth, the more it will help and speed up ascension for you. And it will help with gentleness, kindness to each other, as those who walk on the ground will be affected by it. And so we ask you to bring it to all the lands that you can, and help others in this way. And it is a great energy to use when you want to help and you don't know how. So in the Mahatma attunement for stepping into our own power, that is the attunement that we will experience next week in TAG, or if you're watching this on YouTube, we experienced last week. And that is to help us align our energies through what I call liquid Reiki sound healing, which is channeled healing. That is a sound that I will be putting into an attunement. So basically I just channel these sounds, and they attune you. They're a mixture of Reiki, of light language, and of channeling. So these unicorns will help us attune to this Mahatma energy. So it will be for stepping into our own power, aligning our energies through liquid Reiki sound healing to be able to use Mahatma healing energy in our everyday lives, on ourselves and on others. and also aligning us to the truth that we are our own highest protection, our own savior, and our own greatest helper. And of course, they do not mean that we can't go to community to get the help of spirit and community. Of course, like they said before, that's really very important. And we are all doing this together. And that's why I have a tag community. We should all be having our communities. They're very, very important and helpful. So the next part they wanted to teach us about was uncovering the great flame within. Actually, I was going to ask Thoth this, but I'm getting that Barbarous would like to come through for this part. So you have a great flame within you. Have you not felt it? It is a part of your being, and you will feel it strongly in the heart center. And this flame ignites and grows stronger as your spiritual practice, as your connection to Mother Earth, your connection to your spirit guides and helpers will increase. You will feel this increase. And as you step more into your power, you will feel it increase. It is very important that you do. And you must make the decision out loud that you are only working with the highest light beings. And so you must say to the universe at least once, or maybe every so often, I choose only to work with the highest light and the highest light beings. And those of lower vibrational energies are not welcome into my space or my home or any place in which I dwell or live or go. And you may say it in any way that you would like, but this is the gist. This is the gist. They find these weird phrases in my head, I think. So that's true. I do say something like that. So I like that he said it very simply and kind of, of course, we like to say them very elegantly, but I think the point is it doesn't have to be elegant. You just have to say, I work with these highlight beings only. I don't allow anything lower vibrational to come anywhere near me. So I'd like to bring Thoth in just for a few more minutes to see what else he wants to say. I applaud and commend you. You are doing great work. You are listening and absorbing good information. You are connecting with yourself and your higher self, your spirit guides and your helpers, highlight beings such as myself. And I appreciate that with you. I feel as though I'm part of this ascension with you while you are all going through these feelings and emotions. I feel that deeply within myself as if I'm doing it too as a human, although I haven't been human for a long time. And so I say we, because as your helper, as a spirit in this world, I am experiencing it with you as I'm helping you. And so I want you to call on me and to call on others that you feel drawn to so that we can all help. We feel a great connection with you in this earth and Gaia and bringing it to the level that it should go. And it is a great honor to do this. And so we wish to help you. And so we wish you to call on us always. Okay, I like that. I wondered why he kept saying we. I was like, isn't this us and not you? So for what else is coming up in the month, of course, we have the Attunement, which is liquid Reiki sound healing, which is my modality of how I bring through channeled healing for others. And then we also have, so that one is called the Mahatma Attunement for stepping into our own power. But then we also have the Atlantean Temple Healing Meditation. This is a meditative journey to the Atlantean Temple of Mahatma energy. So there's a temple of this healing, apparently in Atlantis, and it's for healing and understanding of our deepest selves. It's a deep clearing and alignment to whatever changes we're working on at this time. So whatever you might be working on right now, releasing this meditation will really help you, and you can use it again for another thing that you're trying to release. And then, of course, there's the community manifest sigil, our sigil every month So this one's to manifest the power of your community to achieve the support you need for walking your light path, which is your soul's purpose or your journey in this life, your soul's journey. So I hope that all of this will help you quite a bit. I'm really excited about bringing all this forward and all the help that they're going to be bringing us. So if you'd like to join Tag Lightworkers, or you want to start with Tag Beginners because you're not sure where you are yet, you want to start with attuning to angels and elementals that will help you in lots of spiritual learning and concepts, then you can find all that on my website. So I'd love to see you there. And I hope that this was really helpful. I'd love to hear what you thought about Thoth and these wonderful unicorns, and if you agreed or if you felt like there was something missing that you wanted to know more about. If there are more questions, of course, we have a follow-up masterclass by Olivia Page at Oracle by Olivia. And so you can put your questions below for her, either on YouTube or in Tag, and the second masterclass will be about that. Of course, that's for Tag members. I hope to see you there. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.